Hey everyone, it's Seven Bell Canto. Sorry for the semi-hiatus state. I've been really busy lately and I've had a death in the family again, so I just want to take some time off. But I finished a book recently. Let me bring it up. I have my Kindle here so I can show the pretty cover. And today is Saturday the 28th, and I finished this actually last Friday the 28th, but I finished this last Saturday. But I've just been sort of busy with stuff. But I just finished Neon Gods. I actually read it on my Kindle Paperwhite, but it's in black and white, and it's always more fun to see the beautiful colored photos. So I have this on my on my Amazon Fire, which is now, there we go. So yes, this is book 1 in a new series by Katee Robert. I'm not sure what she's calling this series. I just sort of call it the Neon God series. I'm not sure if there's an actual name for it. I know the Disney ones are called The Wicked Villains. I don't know if this is a series, but book 2 literally just came out on, I think it was Tuesday, and that was called Electric Idol. But this is on book 1, Neon Gods, which is a Hades and Persephone retelling. So some things to know about this series is it is in a modern setting, so it's not in like the ancient Greek times, which when I read Learn My Lesson or Learn My Lessons, I can't remember which was the title, by Katee Robert, which is book 2 in the Wicked Villain series, which is Hercules, Hades, and Meg from like the Disney movie sort of thing. That's in modern times as well. But I didn't enjoy that book as much as this one because I wasn't prepared for it to be in modern times. I really thought it was going to be ancient Greece, which I would have liked, and I think that works well for that sort of BDSM sort of stuff that goes on. I don't know. I always think of the show Rome from HBO, which was pretty explicit, but I mean, pretty of the times. I mean, that's how ancient Rome was, so you know, it kind of works. But Neon Gods was such a really good story. So it was set in modern times, and it has this sort of dystopian world, which I found really worked for the characters and the plot. So in this world of Olympus, I guess is the city, it's a metropolis like New York or DC or I guess Chicago. I thought Chicago was a state for a second. Blonde moment. But it's sort of this kind of Gotham City where it's got this beautiful frontage. So like everything seems picturesque, but really it's not that great. And so there's this big ball and soiree, and Persephone is there with her sister Psyche and her mother Demeter. Some people say Demeter, I say Demeter. And she's not enjoying herself. She's afraid that she'll be caught in a room by herself with Zeus. And in this world, the Zeuses and the other like 12 or 13 gods and goddesses are sort of elected officials. So they're not like actual gods. They don't have mythical powers that I could recall. So they're more so these officials in a sort of dystopian metropolis. So that was pretty cool. I thought it worked for the story. I do enjoy mythology. I'm a total nerd, so when I was in middle school, when everyone started taking Spanish or French or German, I took Latin. So I love Latin. I thought it was the most helpful language I could have studied, to be honest. And we read a lot of mythology. We read mythology for a lot of classes, basically since I think 7th grade or 8th grade. But when I switched to a new school in 8th grade, we read a lot of Edith Hamilton's mythology, which we'd read in my English literature classes, as well as I think some of my history class, because we studied like ancient civilizations. I think was either 8th or 9th grade history. And then with Latin, we also studied some of the Greek mythology stories. So I really love mythology. I actually got in a big kick of it last weekend when I finished this story. I googled, not googled, I looked up some videos on YouTube from some scholarly sources about the story of Hades and Persephone, as well as just some mythology stuff in general. And I looked up some mythology from England and Wales, as well as, I guess, Ireland too. I was really interested by the Silkies, which are basically sort of like a mermaid, and I love mermaids, as you can see from mermaids all around me. But I just love mythology. So I thought that the story working in this dystopian metropolis was really cool. I like that. And it had some really good excitement at the beginning. We have a lot of like desperation, and it's a really fun ride. There's a lot of danger and excitement in the very beginning that I found really thrilling as a reader. I hadn't had that much fun reading something like that since I was like in like 5th grade reading Nancy Drew books. So that was pretty cool. If you've read the book, I'm talking about the scene where Persephone is like trying to cross the bridge, and the bridge of the river Styx, which in that is more so like an actual bridge in like a river, and leads to, I don't know if they call it the underworld, but basically like the shady part of town. So like the rundown area is basically the underworld, I think. That's sort of what I gathered. And we meet Hades, and Hades in this book was really cool. I liked him. He had that brooding, in my description I really thought of him as brooding and very calculated, but not in a predatory way, in a dominant way, I guess you could say. And he was just a really interesting Hades. I thought he was going to be kind of stereotypical, kind of mean, and just kind of a jerk. But really it had some lovely banter. There was a scene early on where Persephone is basically locked herself and barricaded herself in the bathroom because she wants to make sure she's safe. She's not sure what's going on when she's at Hades. It wasn't a palace, I'd just say like where he lived. It didn't really say that it was a palace or anything, but it seemed very large, but it was underground and tunnels and stuff. That very cool. And there was some lovely like banter back and forth with just some snarkiness on both ends, and it really reminded me of in the Disney Beauty and the Beast, when Belle and Beast have this like kind of cat fights with one another, I guess. I had liked that banter a lot. It was really fun, and it worked well for the characters in the storyline. So that was another thing I really enjoyed. So overall, this story was a 5 out of 5 for me, and just loved it. I just really enjoyed everything about it. I liked that Hades was really protective and dominant, but he wasn't in the dominant sense of being like a jerk and controlling, and just, I don't know, I don't really like the super dominant mask heroes that are just kind of like think they can be a jackass, and that's what they would call dominant, I guess. So I like that he was more fully scoped as a character. And he's also a cuddler, so that was kind of funny. And even when he's like cuddling up with Persephone, Persephone's like, why are you cuddling? And he's like, I'm not cuddling. It's like, he's totally cuddling with her. So that was kind of fun as well. I had a lot of fun reading this story, and I loved the world building that was done in this book. It wasn't to the point where I was like annoyed and lost in the building of this world, and it took away from the plot. I liked that everything was cohesive, and what was needed to get the world established was established and done swiftly. It wasn't drag out like Game of Thrones, where it's like you have to Google like half of these creatures that are mentioned, and you know, trying to understand what's going on with the world. And I'm not big into like books where there's a map and you have to look at the map and be like, oh, they're northwest, you know. I don't know, it's not my cup of tea. I'd rather have a good romance, good story, and if they're going north, I know it's going to get colder. If they're going south, I'm assuming it's going to get a little warmer. That's usually what I like. But Neongods was a wonderful story, and I'm really excited to continue on with this series with Electric Idol, which is Psyche and Eros, I think. Not fully sure if it's Eros. Thought it was. And then book 3 comes out, I think, in March, and that has Helen of Troy, and then I don't know, I would assume Paris. Wasn't Orlando Bloom Paris in the Troy movie? I don't know, but it's Helen of Troy and I think 2 men, so that should be interesting as well. And then the end of March is The Dragon's Bride by Katee Robert, which I am like so excited for. Oh, I've been wanting to read that book since like probably September, October, when Samantha from Books with Samantha talked about it and talked about like the idea of the book and the cover and all that. I've been so ready for that book. I'm going to buy the physical copy of that because I really want the beautiful cover. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If you know, you know, sort of thing. But oh, I can't wait for The Dragon's Bride. But Neon Gods, wonderful story. Everything really worked for me. The changes that were made, really liked it. If you're looking for a fun, spicy, I was about to say, a fun, spicy, modern day retelling of Greek mythology, pick up Neon Gods by Katee Robert. I will say my spice was like, I think a 4. There was like public sex, I think, and like the language, you know, was heavier. I think I'd give it a 4, but really to me the spice was more of a like a 3. It wasn't so like hardcore, but because of like some of the, I guess, kink that was in it and the language, I'd probably boot it up to a 4 just for readers that aren't used to that type of content. But really it's kind of like a 3 on the spice rating, but it was really well done and I really liked our characters a lot. And there were even some side characters that I was really interested by. I loved Hermes or Hermes. I want to say Hermes because I know like the purse brand Hermes is like Hermes, but I loved Hermes so much. Like anytime she came onto the book screen, I was so excited to see her character. So I know a lot of people have liked Hermes in the book. I think Katee Roberts is basically like, you're gonna wait till the end for her story. I'm like, no, I'm so excited. But yeah, I loved Neon Gods. So if you're looking to pick it up, I think it's like $10 for the paperback right now and like $6 or $7 for the ebook. I think you could do either one, whichever you're comfortable with. It is a longer book. I want to say it was like either late 300 pages, like 370, or it was like 430. So it's a pretty long book, but I thought the story was told really well and I liked everything about it. So I will say if you're looking for a shorter book, you might want to wait on this one because it is pretty long. It's it's over 350 pages, I know. So it's more like the 370 to 380, I think. I think it's just under 400. But a great story, fun characters, fun banter, good romance. So look out for Neon Gods by Katee Robert. Well, everyone, I hope you've had a wonderful day. It was my birthday yesterday, the 27th, so I turned 30. And I will have a books I got for my birthday if you'd like to see that. I don't know if I want to do like a haul. I did get a new necklace. I wanted to get something to mark my 30th birthday, so I got a new this is a London blue topaz. It's my favorite stone. It's like a teal, and I got that from my mom and dad, and the chain is from my grandmother and aunt. So I wanted to get something to mark my 30th birthday that wasn't like a book or something, but something I could have basically forever. So I'm excited for that. Did my birthday nails. They're kind of chipped up. This one's grown out. I just did a clear coat, and then this I bought from Amazon. It's OPI and the color is Confetti Ready, and I just did like one light coat of it on here. I mean, I didn't really want it to be full razzle dazzle, but you definitely could, and really fun. So yeah, I hope y'all had a good day. I'll be posting my books I got for my birthday video probably on Tuesday. I'll probably go back to my Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday schedule. Well, everyone have a great day, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.